Hey everybody, now for a simpler guide, not nearly as long as the last one. This one is going to cover damage and burst. It's not rocket science, but some people aren't totally sure about what you should be doing damage-wise, so I'm going to show you just your normal damage output and then how to actually do maximal burst. Alright, like I said, it's not rocket science, but here's the basics. Try to keep up slice and dice and roll the bones as much as possible. You'll see in my clips I don't always keep up slice and dice. Sometimes you have to prioritize. You know, sometimes your teammate is like, I'm gonna CC the healer with a Hodge or something, and you don't want to spend your full combo points on a slice and dice and then have to RNG generate more. Usually we generate combo points fast as frick, but every once in a while we get a bad string of RNG, so sometimes you have to just hold those combo points for a well-timed kidney shot, but generally speaking try to keep slice and dice up as much as possible. And for the absolute bread and butter of your damage, you're just going to apply the Between the Eyes debuff for maximum crit chance on the target, and then Sinister Strike and Pistol Shot procs help you generate combo points, and then Dispatches to spend combo points. That's your bread and butter. You can just spam Sinister Strikes, Pistol Shots into Dispatches, as long as you keep up the Between the Eyes debuff. Sometimes if you plan on swapping to a different target, you can save the Between the Eyes debuff for a little bit, but it comes up pretty quickly, so I would recommend just using it for maximum damage typically. And then for your burst, it's going to be a combination of Adrenaline Rush, Flagellation, and Dreadblades. You don't always have to use all three of them together. Sometimes your Flagellate and Dreadblades will come back up before Adrenaline Rush does, or vice versa. Maybe you had True Bearing and you used a second Adrenaline Rush before Flagellation and Dreadblades come back up. That's fine. You don't need Adrenaline Rush. It just, reduces your GCDs and stuff and gives you extra energy regeneration, but it's not a huge deal. As long as you're using Flagellation and Dreadblades together, you're going to be able to pump out a lot of damage, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So here's an example of a fairly ideal burst scenario. We're going to swap to this monk here. I've got Between the Eyes, Dreadblades, and Flagellation ready to go. So first I Kidney Shot him, I Dreadblades, I Flag, and then I Sinister Strike, Between the Eyes, Pistol Shot, Dispatch, Sinister Strike, Dispatch. All you're doing when you're popping Dreadblades with Flagellation is using a combo point generator, typically Sinister Strike, and then dispatching over and over and over, because every combo point that you spend is going to lash the target with Flagellation. So if you crit a 9k Dispatch, and then you can crit like a 4 to 5k Flagellation on them. It's not always going to crit, of course, but I'm just saying best case scenario, and I have like a 32% crit chance with Between the Eyes debuff on the target. So it's going to be a lot of damage. Pretty much every other global is going to be a Dispatch that's going to hit for like a minimum of 10k with the Flagellation, upwards of 15 to 17k. Now, the only thing that would make that burst scenario there more optimal is if I had 6 combo points before I used Flagellation and Dreadblades. And the reason is because you can actually make your Kidney Shot do damage with Flagellation. And you're going to get more time to burst inside that Kidney Shot if you have the combo points pre-generated. So you still activate Dreadblades just so the cooldowns sync up perfectly, even if your combo points are maxed out. But ideally what you do is, before the Kidney Shot, you Flagellation, Dreadblades, then 6-point Kidney Shot, and then you generate 6 more combo points Between the Eyes. Hopefully you have a Pistol Shot proc with Quick Draw, so you can do the biggest Pistol Shot, and that'll generate more combo points. And then you Dispatch again, which is going to Flagellate them as well. It's just a ton of damage. If you don't get peeled during this burst, it is insane damage.
For the bowling.
Can you purge off that ward? That's almost over, actually. I'm on the Shadow Priest, dude. Just
Sure,
killing him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm actually fucking him right now. I have the most damage. You have no idea. He's
Goodbye.
gonna die. He's dead.
Altar's down? Okay. Yeah, that's what happens when you get dispersed. Big Arsham damage!
So obviously this wasn't all my damage. My Windwalker was on top of him doing damage as well, but I barely even got to use as many globals as I could possibly use. But you're just going to see in slow motion the actual damage numbers you're seeing pop up from Flagellation, Between the Eyes, and Pistol Shot alone. This wasn't even optimal because I had to roll the bones after the Kidney Shot, so I did the order suboptimally, but Between the Eyes crits for 8,300, a nearly 5k Flagellation crit as well. That's just one button. Between the Eyes did 8,300 plus nearly 5k, like 4,900. That's one button. And then afterwards, I hit him with a pistol shot that's like, I don't know, I didn't see the number. We'll see it here, but I think it's like 8,900 or something. A non-crit pistol shot. This guy got overkilled, like completely overkilled. Just to do some quick math, that is 22k damage I did in 2 globals. The Between the Eyes and the pistol shot ended up doing 22k damage. And then, of course, the pistol shot with Dreadblades would generate 6 more combo points, followed by another big dispatch with more flagellation. So your, global to global damage is massive when you pop all your cooldowns if you don't get peeled. I'm stunned. I can kill this guy, dude.
I got rooted. I can clear now. CR.
Ouch.
He willed it though.
Yeah, I'm on the Shadow Priest really fucking hard, really hard.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Killer? Nice.
Same thing here as last game. I didn't even get to do the full duration of Flagellation or Dreadblades. The damage just comes so fast, especially when you're critting. Now, of course, I have every buff here, so I have a higher crit chance than normal, plus higher damage for combo point generators. But I mean, again, it's somewhere, I'm not going to math that one out, but it's roughly the same as last time. It's about 20 to 22k damage in 2 globals. The Between the Eyes crit, plus the Flagellation crit for like 4,600, and then the pistol shot non-crit for 9,600. That is a non-crit. So that could have been 30-ish k damage, or let's say 37k-ish damage if I crit that pistol shot even. And keep in mind, my crit chance is very high, especially when I have the Ruthlessness buff, plus Between the Eyes debuff. That puts me at 52% crit chance. So, I mean, that pistol shot could have just as well crit for like 16k. Okay.
Purge your
I have
shield.
full blind, and a kidney, okay? One sec.
Rooting rogue here.
Oh, fuck, blinding? Big damn. This guy's dead as fuck. He's dead as fuck.
Yeah, it's all you right now. I'm in this poly. Nice. Your sun out.
Full kidney.
Tank it.
I've triggered in 4.
Nice.
Nice.
Kill the seed. Might be trouble. Healing. Okay.
Oh my god, I decimated that guy. So same thing here. This time I'm going to couple the kidney shot with a blind on the healer. Neither of them have a trinket, and then I'm going to pop my cooldowns afterwards. Again, I wasn't able to do the Flagellate before the kidney shot and the Dreadblades, because you have to commit 2 globals before the kidney shot, which against slippery targets like rogues and mages can be very difficult. Sometimes you just have to land that kidney shot then and there, because if I did the Flagellation and then the Dreadblades, I might have gotten Dragon's Breath into Sheeps or something like that, and then my cooldowns would be wasted. So you don't always have to do it. But certain comps, it's a lot easier to do it against. For instance, a Windwalker Monk only has a 1-minute cooldown leg sweep and an in-cap and then a disarm. If you know most of those are not available, or none of those are available, and his teammates don't have any really long peels that you can't get out of, then you can definitely do the build up 6 combo points, Flagellate Dreadblades, then Kidney Shot, and then you're going to squeeze in even more damage inside that stun. But you don't always, like I said in the last video, you don't always need to kill somebody inside of a stun. A lot of the time, as long as you're not getting hard CC'd and peeled like crazy, you can still just keep trucking them with constant DPS.
Feared foe. Nice. Getting your poly. Kick priest. Sentence.
Okay.
Shoot again, gouging mage.
Healing.
Down.
Kick
Okay.
mage.
I'm just popping because it's Vendetta.
Okay.
Healing.
Getting your shackles. Grabbing a cat.
Yo, I have big damage.
Grounding.
Okay.
Big
That
damn,
poly.
big damn.
Nice.
Fucking PvM. This is a clip I showed in my last video, but I'm going to show it again because it just shows that you don't have to necessarily, if they're not going to slip away. We already know the rogue's cooldowns have been used, his vanish and evasion, so he doesn't have any hard outs to get away. So as long as we don't get super peeled by the mage, I think it's more worth it just to kidney shot the priest here, since the rogue's on DR and I have my cooldowns and I can literally just pump him through all of it. So I kidney shot the priest, I generate a little bit of combo points, he faints here, I Flagellate and Dreadblades. Now I'm going to do Between the Eyes, because unless it crits the damage isn't huge, right? But I'm going to wait for Faint to fall off before I use my big pistol shot. And that was a 10.4k non-crit pistol shot, 6,500 non-crit dispatch, into a 3,500 non-crit flagellation. You see the trend here with the flagellation? It's turning a double non-crit into 10k damage. I basically crit nothing in this combo here, but every damage global is going to be doing 10k. You know, not counting like the combo point generation, but every damage global that was like a finisher was doing 10k, and then the 10k pistol shot, you know, it's just not critting anything. It's just 10k, and then let's say a Sinister Strike for 3 or 4k or whatever, and then 10k. Imagine if I crit all of those. So you pretty much, besides Between the Eyes and Pistol Shot, after that it's just Sinister Strikes and Pistol Shots to generate your max combo points, and spam Dispatches with Flagellation. It's going to just pump so much. It's not rocket science. Try to keep up Slice and Dice and roll the bones as much as possible. Don't be afraid to re-roll the bones. We have cooldown reduction on it, so it's up pretty often. If you have like a single buff that's not very good, or even a double buff and they're like the 2 worst buffs, feel free to just re-roll until you get better buffs. It's not the end of the world. I don't focus too hard on buffs that I get, but re-rolling the bones is basically free besides a global, and you might as well if you see terrible buffs. But anyway, that concludes this video. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and peace out.